Welcome to the Cryptoteacher. And guys, please like and subscribe. If you do like what you're listening to, please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works. Because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that everything is planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books, Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, guys, those books are mandatory, as you can see now. Also, those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon, much love. And then also, those who are shopping at both stores. And guys, we're going to do a little something different because I want to make sure everybody's eyes are open to what is going on right now. We're about to listen to Michael Saylor.
You know, I didn't pay much attention to the crypto industry until March of this year. And in March of this year, we had a K-shaped recovery. So I think that the major macroeconomic event is the expansion of the M2 money supply. We had a money supply expanding by about 5.5% a year for a decade. And starting this year, it leaped forward by about 24%. And looking forward, it looks like it's going to expand by 15% every year for the next 5 years. So another way to say that is the cost of capital just tripled. And if you're not beating the expansion of the money supply with your returns and investment, you can't preserve wealth. You can't store value. So when the cost of capital tripled, what that meant was a bond that's not yielding more than 15% is losing value. And it meant that a stock that's not growing its EPS faster than 15% annually is losing value. And it meant that real estate that can't grow its rents by faster than 15% is losing value. So the short of it is there's $300 trillion of money in these fiat investments. They're all going to be cut in half over the next 3 to 5 years. They're all, in essence, everyone's going to lose half their wealth if they don't find a solution to the problem. So why am I interested in Bitcoin and the crypto industry in general? It's because there's a mad scramble to find a store of value. We know that cash won't work, and we know that bonds, real estate, and stock are fiat instruments, and they're all going to be debased at the rate of expansion of the money supply. And so what are you going to do? You search through gold, you consider silver, you consider commodities, you consider buying a portfolio of rare art, and eventually you settle upon the idea of perfectly engineered digital gold, something that is superior to gold in all respects, none of the liabilities of gold, all of the good attributes of gold, and that's 21 million gold coins called Bitcoin sitting in cyberspace. Right. And so once you found that, you think, well, this is the ultimate safe haven asset and store of value for every investor on earth. And by the way, it's the solution to 7.8 billion people's problem on earth, because everybody on the planet has a currency that's collapsing. The only difference is in America and Europe, it's collapsing at 10 to 15% a year, and everywhere else it's collapsing faster. So how can you not get enthusiastic about that? I think that March of this year was the inflection point. If you had asked me what did I think about Bitcoin and what our treasury invested in Bitcoin in February, I would have said, what is Bitcoin? Or I think I read about it, but I'm not paying attention to it. And if I'd walked into my boardroom and said we should do it, they would have thought I'd gone crazy. And by the way, I didn't know about it. I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have been allowed to do it. And I wouldn't have had a good reason to do it. And then I think in March, we kind of got hit in the head with a 2x4. It was a wake-up call. And again, the rate of asset inflation tripled or quadrupled or quintupled. And so you could, all of a sudden, the entire industry shifted. Every rational investor in the world today knows inflation is coming. They know there's a problem. So starting in April, people had a problem. It was 3 times as intense as it was in February. All the media started covering it, and all of the other solutions to the problem started to look like they're not working again. So if you think about...
Now, guys, we just listened to Michael Saylor say that he started looking at Bitcoin in March. Of course, if you saw my Michael Saylor videos, you already know why. He wrote a letter about the C word, said he didn't agree with it. So guys, what happened? All of a sudden, he becomes the Bitcoin spokesperson. So guys, we know this is all a planned event to get us over to the fourth industrial revolution, and I'm about to prove it. Now, of course, he speaks about inflation, which he's exactly right. Of course, the Fed's balance sheet now is at what? 7 trillion and counting. So right now what's happening is that the dollar is being killed. But we know that the Fed is killing the dollar on purpose to bring up China and the dragon. Now he says one key important piece: engineered gold in cyberspace. Let's keep listening.
And the speculative narrative was predominant before March, but that's not going to appeal to 99% of the investors or the money in the world. They want something different. They want Bitcoin is the ultimate synthetic long-term treasury reserve asset. It's an engineered safe haven asset engineered to be superior to gold in all aspects of bearer. It's absolutely capped. If God designed virtual gold in cyberspace, he would have designed Bitcoin. Okay. Yeah. People that know this know that God's name is Satoshi, right? So that's one.
Now, Michael Saylor just said Bitcoin went from a speculation asset to a real asset class, an engineered safe haven. God's designed gold money in cyberspace. Now, if I was to tell you something like that before you heard it, you would say I was crazy. Now, he also states that Bitcoin is synthetic. What does synthetic mean, guys? That's right, fake. Because that's exactly what it is. We know the Fed is orchestrating all of this. So, guys, I want to make sure that you stay educated and do not fall for the devil's tricks. Let's listen in more.
And so you write, the protocol is the DNA, and you're releasing a life form. And Bitcoin is like a base level life form. It's almost like the algae, which is the base plankton level of all life on Earth, right? It's a plant life. And then you can create other forms of life that you can release. Life that might do things that Bitcoin doesn't do, right? I mean, we all know that Bitcoin doesn't do everything. It doesn't do as much privacy as you would want. It doesn't do as much smart contracts as you would want. It doesn't do as fast transactions as you would want. These are all different life forms. Now, why do you want a life form in cyberspace or a crypto? If you're in search of immortal sovereignty, right? If you need something to transcend a government, a country, or a company, key is when you're playing God in cyberspace, you kind of got to get the genetic DNA protocol just right before then you release it, and then you let it grow and it fills its ecosystem. And what we've got is the Cambrian explosion of crypto life forms, and some are going to live and some are not going to live. And the market is like this Darwinian natural selection process, right? And we'll see what happens. It's fascinating.
Yes.
Now, Michael Saylor is all about talking about space. Now, of course, he didn't know about Bitcoin until March, and he's talking about space. And guys, don't we always hear about a government talking about space wars, SpaceX? All the symbols around us have something to do with space. And now he's talking about life forms in space. Fourth Industrial Revolution, guys. He also stated that they're playing God in cyberspace. And guys, what does that remind you of? That's right, Nimrod. And if you didn't hear it out of his own mouth, you would think I was crazy. But guys, let's get into Bitcoin and the crypto news. Now, guys, we have Bitcoin over $23,000. So congratulations to those who have invested in crypto. The time is here. But guys, I just want to make sure you open your eyes up to the actual devil's tricks, because there's definitely a plan behind it. Now, of course, guys, right now we have Bitcoin dominance flexing. So we know Bitcoin dominance does not stay here. We know it drops. Right now we're following the S&P. S&P keeps making new highs. Guess what? Bitcoin is going to keep making new highs. But we know S&P is in for a correction the same way Bitcoin is in for a correction. So guys, we know back is here. So basically we should dip a little tonight going into tomorrow. The only thing that will save us is what? The weekend, because we know we're the only games in town. But we're definitely going to take a little dip. Now, guys, we also know stimulus is going to be here. So it looks like they already did what? Included and pumped the stimulus already into the numbers. So just like I stated, the S&P keep making new highs. NASDAQ keep making new highs. As we know, all these people out of work, but we keep making new highs. And we're not putting that type of money in there. But guys, we're going to look and see what happened because we can clearly see what happened. We saw Tether. Look at Tether's market cap. Every single day, you'll see Tether's market cap go up. All of a sudden, we saw Tether's market cap stay the same for 2 days. We got the pump. Of course, guys, that's how they do it. Remember, stay focused on your indicators. XRP, stable coins, and volume. We saw all those make all the sense in the world. We saw Tether drop down to that 99.9. We got that pump. Again today, guys, I sold a little. I'm going to be selling. This is the time I was waiting for right here. So yes, I did sell a little. I still have my bags, don't get me wrong. But guys, when it's a perfect opportunity to open up, always take you some profits. If you are a new investor and you're just listening, Bitcoin will have a correction. Guys, every single year, I don't care what asset it is, it gets a correction. Bitcoin is just going to have a new low and it's going to have a new high. Remember, these big investors, these big whales are not paying the same price you are. They'll tell you that, but they're definitely not paying the same price you are. Some of them may get it free in an auction. But guys, also USDC market cap was steady going up. It went backwards a little. But guys, we know how they're pumping the system. Now, why is crypto going to be getting a correction? That's right. The Fed is going to be closing for the facilities. Less liquidity. But we do know, guys, that cryptos are the future. But guys, we also know that the New World Order want these cryptos for the actual robots AI. It's not for humanity. Humanity is going to be taken out of the picture. I know some of you don't want to see it, but after you heard Michael Saylor, it's all about robots, AI, space. That's all it's about, guys. Don't get it twisted. It's a bigger plan in play. Now, guys, we may have another indicator to see where the market is going. Don't forget we have Bitwise Index. Now, Bitwise Index went sky high and then it just dropped. So we'll find out tonight whether we actually do the same thing. But definitely, guys, we're going to get a correction in this. We know that anytime we move up $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, we definitely get a correction. But we already know we're going to get one because they're going to be closing 4 facilities. And also, we know the S&P is due for a correction. Now, guys, we also have, getting over into the actual crypto news, we have Germany legalized digital securities. And also, guys, we have FTX doing a fractional stocks for cannabis stocks. So basically, they're going to be tokenizing. Guys, this is very, very important because we know cannabis is going to be one of the biggest sectors ever. So yes, we're looking at Bitcoin, but when you talk about cannabis, it's going to be out of this world. So guys, always look for your new investment vehicles that you actually can jump on. Now, we also have Bitcoin options volume hits 1 billion for the first time. Now, guys, we know when Bitcoin gets this high, we know that someone is buying low and selling high, like I did. Somebody's going to do it. And we know the whales are going to do it. We know they're getting ready for the first quarter, and they're going to dump all over you. Plain and simple. When it comes to asset, guys, they go up, they go down. Nothing goes straight up. Plain and simple. Right now, we're getting a good ride. The fourth quarter, and it's riding on the fourth quarter for a reason, guys. Don't ever forget it. The Fed is riding us up. Always give thanks to the hand that fed you, even though it is definitely an evil hand. Now, guys, we have American Express invested institutional trading platform, FalconX. And guys, you're going to see all these big companies investing in these trading platforms. Why? Because it's their way of getting the fees. They know banks will no longer be making money in fees, but they definitely can make money in crypto because people are going to be trading, and this is a clear avenue to make plenty of money. Now, we have Kelly Kramer, former Cisco CFO, joins Coinbase. We also have Ether hits 2020 high, and we know how important Ethereum is going to be. So if you did not hop on the Bitcoin train at the beginning, or you feel like Bitcoin is too expensive, you're not going to be getting as much profits, believe me, Ethereum is the next beast to be released. But just like I stated, guys, we're definitely going to have a correction. You don't buy at this time, guys. You trade at this time. This is not the time to buy. You wait for the correction, then you go in. Not your financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Please do your own research, but believe me, guys, I know. Now, basically, we have Binance and Coinbase suffer an outage, of course, when the price soars. We know the game, guys. And then also, guys, we have One River Digital investing almost $1 billion in crypto. And then plus, they're backed by hedge fund manager Alan Howard. And guys, we know that hedge fund managers can't wait to get in. Some of them are in, but they can't wait to get in to take your money. Same way when it comes to stocks, guys. Stocks are great investments to make, but we know the hedge fund guys pump it, and then they dump it. We know the game. Now, we also have Rougher Investments confirm a massive Bitcoin buy, $744 million. So, guys, we do see institutional money coming in, but the fact is that when I look up portfolios, I look up the Rothschild portfolios, I look up the big portfolios, guys, see what they're invested in, and they're not invested in Bitcoin. They're not invested. You can easily go look up Rothschild's investments, guys. You can do that. Most people don't think to look at, but I do. And y'all know why. Especially if you have my book, you know I love the Rothschilds. I follow the money. So the fact is that they're not invested. So guys, you always got to make sure you understand the plan. The plan is the fourth industrial revolution where everything is synthetic. Nothing is real, guys. That's why you want to keep your physical and stay in reality. Same way social media is, guys. It's not real. When I go on social media, guys, anytime that we're moving up, anytime Bitcoin or any other cryptos are moving up, that's all you hear is cheers. We're going to 100,000. Those are the people you raise your eye at. Because the fact is, guys, we clearly know the Fed is pumping this. And they don't say that. They make it look like it's fundamental. They're reading you off a chart. You know something that's not right, guys. It's all fake. So, guys, just make sure that you stay in reality. Because definitely, it's a plan ahead. And when the masses come in, the rug is going to get pulled out from under them. We know what the plan is. If you read my book, you know. Now, lastly, guys, we have jobless claims at 885,000. Americans filed for new unemployment claims. But the stock market is sky high. Cryptos is sky high. So that's why I go back to you guys. It's all an illusion. It's all fake. But yes, do you take advantage of it? You sure do. That's the reason why I created my channel. But guys, I want to make sure that we live in what? Truth. Because truth does what? It sets you free. Guys, don't forget that when it comes to the New World Order, everything is planned out. Guys, that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. That New World Order book is so important, so therefore you can stay in reality. Also, if you're new to cryptos, you have your Coinbase, Bitrue, and Binance. The links are at the bottom, and the book links are also in the description. Also, guys, don't forget about the Cryptoteacher stock channel. It's very important because we know that stocks are not going anywhere. They're just going to be tokenized securities. Don't forget about that. Of course, you have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. Everybody's sitting at home. You got your at-home stocks, the C-word, the biotech stocks. They're going to keep pumping and dumping those. Because why? Because that's going to lead us into the fourth industrial revolution. We know that the C word is what? A synthetic event. I hope you like that. Synthetic. Now, guys, also, don't forget while everybody's at home getting free money or waiting on that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and y'all have a wonderful day.